Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Rahul Bansal, Assistant Professor in Civil Department in Chandigarh Polytechnic College. So, in this semester, I will be teaching you the syllabus Railway, Bridge and Tunnels. So, let us start with introduction of syllabus with PPTs. Here, the subject is Railway, Bridge and Tunnels. So, first of all, we discuss about what is railway engineering. The branch of civil engineering which deals with the proper design, proper construction, and their maintenance of railways for the safe and efficient movements of trains on the track is called railway engineering. This is important part of civil engineering for the growth of nation. Railways are the most important developed means of transportation in India. They provide economical and safe movement of people, goods, raw materials from one point to another as compared to airways and roadways. So, what's the history of Indian Railways in India? So, as we already know, the first passenger train in India ran between Bombay, specially known as Bori Bandar, the place in Bombay, and Thane on 16th April 1853. This train carried 400 people and it ran on a 34-kilometer track built and operated by Great Indian Peninsula Railway. The broad gauge which is used in this line having size 1676 mm, which is 5 feet 6 inches in width, which becomes the standard for railways in India. In eastern India, the first passenger railway train ran from Howrah, which is in Kolkata, to Hooghly on 15th August 1854. On that 39-kilometer line was built up and operated by Eastern India Railway Company. After that, the discussion is regarding track of railway. On the data of 31st March 2019, the Indian Railway network spans 1,23,542 km of track length, while the route length is 67,415 km. On these tracks, the speed of trains near about 80 km to 200 km per hour, so that in the passenger trains the maximum speed attained is nearly 180 km per hour. Almost entire broad gauge network is equipped with long welded high tensile strength rails and concrete sleepers with elastic fastenings. Now, after knowing the railway importance, the second one is railway survey, which is the main important factor for the construction of railway. For knowing the proper and satisfactory new route for the new railway line, following surveys are carried out, like traffic survey, recognition survey, preliminary survey, and location survey. Before the actual work of survey start, the study of available maps of the area is firstly made. Like topography of the area, climatic conditions of the area, soil conditions of the area, etc. This helps in fixing suitable alignment in the office use only, and it helps in various survey works. So first we define what is traffic survey. As the name consider, this type of survey is used when we try to start any big railway project and we decide or want future earning by this railway project. This earning directly depend upon traffic at present and in future, both related to the passengers and goods. A traffic survey should provide following information to the engineers like position of local industries, general characters of land and communities, location of railway stations to get more business, approximate number of passengers who will use the train in future, future prospectus of development of industries and trade centers, and last but not least, population of the cities, towns, villages within 15 kilometers on both sides of the railway track. After that, next type of survey is recognition survey, which is important survey, and it is carried out in the territory where previously survey for the purpose of laying a new railway track is carried out. The main objectives are regarding this survey is by this recognition survey we obtain a great knowledge regarding the whole territory and also the salient feature of the territory. By this survey, we got a number of possible alternative routes between the 2 points from where we can try to move train. This information becomes useful at a later stage in the selection of best possible route between 2 points. The successful conduct of this survey entirely depends on personal qualities and abilities of engineers, such like training, their experience, their capacity of observations, etc. Next survey is preliminary survey. The main objective of this survey is to conduct the survey work along the alternative routes with the help of theodolite and leveling instruments, which is also used in surveying work. Next, to determine the greater accuracy regarding the cost of railway line along the alternative routes involving the construction cost, obstruction cost, and cost of bridges construction. Next and last, to decide the most economical and efficient rule for the railway track. Last is location survey. It is final survey and most important survey which is used to locate the center line of the railway line. The main objective is to carry the detailed survey along the route which have most economical route from the data of preliminary survey. In this type of survey, we use various instruments which are given as theodolite, a precise level, and a steel tape. After the railway survey, we choose the location where we can lead a permanent way for the railway track. So first of all, what is permanent way? This is the way which contains of some elements of railway lines, generally a pair of rails which are laid on sleepers fully embedded with ballast and to carry the ordinary trains of a railway track. It is considered as permanent way because in ancient time or nowadays for the railway construction, contractors mostly laid a temporary track to transport spoil and materials on the site, and when this work is completely, then the temporary track is taken up and at that place permanent way is installed for the railway track. So in this diagram, we can see that various type of components of a permanent way are described having their position. In this, from the topmost, that one is gauge here. So it can see clearly that gauge is the horizontal inner to inner distance between two parallel lanes, which are laid on a sleepers, and sleepers are fully embedded with ballast cushion having a side slope of 1.5:1, which means horizontal ratio vertical. So 1.5 is horizontal value and 1 is vertical value, and it is completely rested upon subballast of morum, which is completely over the ground level of the railway track. So, various components for the construction of railway track are: first one is rails, second one is sleepers, which is also considered or known as tie, third one is ballast, fourth one subballast, and last one is formation or subgrade. First, here we discuss about rails. In this diagram, this is the pictorial view of rails which we used in the Indian Railways. So, rails are made up of steel. They are connected with the sleepers so that the wheels of wagons can easily move on the rails and they can hold properly. The rails are connected end to end by the use of fish plates, bearing plates, bolts, or maybe welding. These are known as fastenings. There is a uniform horizontal distance between two rails which is considered as gauge. The cost of a permanent way regarding a kilometer depends upon the gauge. So, higher is the gauge value, higher is the cost of a permanent way. After that, sleepers. Rails are directly connected to the sleepers, so sleepers also play an important role in the construction of railway track. In ancient time, we use the timber sleepers because these timber sleepers support the rails that form the track, but replaced the individual stone blocks in this. Because at ancient time, timber is easily available and is converted into any shape and size, and these type of sleepers can be used at the alignment of track without loss of gauge. At that time, softwood was widely used, but its life was limited because it gained the moisture from the ground and also gained the moisture in rainy season. So, to avoid the timber slippers, we try to start steel slippers as an alternative regarding the timber slippers. The steel sleepers hold the rails in proper position, proper support, and at the same time, they also try to maintain proper uniformity of the gauge. Next is ballast. Ballast is an essential material for the construction of railway track and for its proper position of sleepers and rails. The natural ground is strong enough to accept the loading from wagons of locomotives without excessive settlement, so that a single layer or double layer of ballast under the slipper reduce the bearing pressure on the ground. The ballast surrounding the sleepers to keep them in place and resist their displacement when the train is moving on. The ballast are usually some locally available mineral product which are easily available on the site or near the site, such as gravel or rejected material from coal or iron minings. After that, subballast. It is a prepared formation which is constructed by cutting or by filling so that pressure can be easily distributed uniformly through a layer of hard muram, gravel, or small sized black trap metal which is laid on the soil. And last one is subgrade or formation. It is the finished surface over which a complete permanent way is laid, which is called as formation or subgrade. It can be formed either by cutting or by filling, depending upon the conditions and levels of natural ground surface. The embankment soil must be compacted at optimum moisture content to keep the settlement within permissible limits. Now, requirements of permanent way. Both the rails should be at same level on straight portion of the track with the help of permanent way. The permanent way should be sufficiently strong against the lateral forces so that it can't be fail. The special attention should be given on the design of permanent way on the curves or in the hilly areas. Proper amount of super elevation should be provided to the outer rail above the inner rail on the curved portion of track. The gauges of permanent way should be uniform, correct, and there should not be varying gauges. Means if I use, for example, if I use broad gauge on some portion and after that I can't use meter gauge or narrow gauge, so it means a type of gauge is completely used in a single track. Next, the rail joints should be properly designed and maintained. Thank you. For any query, you can mail me also.